Okay, now we're going to learn about links. Kind of the backbone of what HTML is links from one thing to another. Now, this is an example of a link. You have an anchor tag, an A tag, and enclosed inside the A tag is IMDb, which is the part of the link that will be visible. And it's what's called the value. And the href equals http://www.imdb.com. This is the target. This is where the link will go. And if you click on this, it'll be highlighted. So this is the page the link takes you to. This is the text that the user clicks on that's highlighted. All right. Now, when you're linking to other sites, such as this one, to empireonline.com, what you just see is Empire because that's the part that is inside. And this is what is called a fully qualified domain. No matter where you are, this will show you how to get to that page. Now, if you're linking to other pages in the same site, you don't need to give the HTTP and even the name of the site. If you just say index.html, what it's going to assume is that you're looking for a file called index.html in the same folder that the page that this link is on is. So all of these are links that are local to this web page. So you'll get a home, about, movies, and contact, but they'll all be in the same folder as the file that these HTML links are in. This is a shorthand. Now, if you have a directory structure such that you have the Example Arts website, and inside of there you have a page called index.html. And the other things that you have inside the Example Arts folder is a movies folder, a music folder, and a theater folder. And inside of music is index.html. Now remember, index.html is the page that gets loaded by default. So if you tell someone to go to the music folder and you don't specify a page, it'll automatically load index.html. But once you're on this page, you would be able to just go to listings.html or reviews.html just by specifying them directly. You wouldn't have to specify the full path because that's where it is relative to music. But if you wanted to go back to the index.html for the entire site, you would have to do something different. So let's take a look. So this is the root folder, also known as a directory. These are the child folders, movie, music, and theater, as I said. This is the parent. These are the grandchildren. So parent, child, grandchild, or at least grandchild relevant to Example Arts. And that means Example Arts is then the grandparent of cinema and DVD. Now, if we're going to look at the relative URLs, index.html and reviews.html are in the same folder. So if you're on the index.html page, all you need is a link to reviews.html. If, however, you're in the index.html page for the entire site, then you would need a link to music/index.html to get you to the index page for the music page. Okay? And if you're on the listings.html page for the music page and you wanted to go to the index.html page for the entire site, you would say .. That says .. says go up a level. So if we're here, we would just go .. But if we wanted to go from index.html for the site down to the reviews page, we would say movies/DVD/index.html. And if we wanted to go in the opposite direction, we would say .. That says we want to go up a level to the movies folder and then up a level again to the Example Arts folder and then show us index.html. Okay? Now, email links look kind of the same, but they work a little bit different. So this gives us a link where the mail to address is this person's email address. And if you click on it, if there's an email editor already on the person's machine, it should open up in that automatically. Chrome has started doing it so that if you click on a mail to link, it will open up in Gmail unless you disable that by default. Now, if you're opening a link in a new window, so you see sometimes you click on a link and the existing tab stays where it is, and then the link opens in a new window. You have to add in this attribute target, and target equals _ blank. This right here is what tells it to open in a new window. And so if you click on a link like that, like I said, it'll open in a new window. Now, if you want to link to a specific part of a page, you've seen those links where you click on the link and it just scrolls down. What they're using is these types of links where you have the hashtag and then just a bit of text. Now, the way that that works is if I wanted to click on prologue here and have it scroll down to the prologue of terms, now what allows us to do that is when you click on a link that goes to hashtag prologue, somewhere in your document there needs to be an item where it has the attribute ID equals prologue. And that's what links those two things together. Now, an ID, unlike a class, there can only be one item with a given ID in your document. So that is a unique identifier. Now here we have a link that says hashtag top. And the way that that would work is if the header had an ID equals top. And so that's how you link to a specific part of the same page. So in summary, links are created using the anchor element. The anchor element uses the href attribute to indicate the page you're linking to. If you're linking to a page within your own site, it's best to use relative links rather than qualified URLs. You can create links to open email programs with an email address in the to field. And you can use the ID attribute to target elements within a page that can be linked to. So we're going to have an assignment that's going to look a little bit like this, where you're going to have links that go back and forth from the top of the document to the bottom. All right, that's the end of the lesson.